to say hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Pascal. I'm born in Germany with Italian roots. You can call me an Italo-German. Basically, my background is actually I'm an economist with a minor in computer science. And I had the luck to be doing the right thing the last 8 years, because I've been working last 8 years in big data and AI. And basically, you know, my other company is called Kogia. This idea of CoinAnalyst was invented, in German it's called Stammtisch, basically with my friends hanging out last year in June, when everybody was, you know, excited, everybody was making money. And then they were sharing with me, however, after they shared with me how much money they were making with crypto, they were telling me then their problems. There's like 3 types of problems that they were telling, maybe you guys might associate with it. Number one, it took a long time to research anything, right? It takes a long time to do your deep dive analysis, which project makes sense and stuff like that. So it was very time intensive. Number two, most of my friends, they never traded a stock in their life before. So that was the first experience with trading. And that was like from 0 to 100. And I had the luck that I made my first fortune with the .com. That was pretty exciting times. I borrowed 10,000, a friend of mine and me, and we made $1 million. It's very similar to the crypto times now. Unfortunately, also with the down path also at this point. But it's going to go up. As you can see, the biggest companies in the world are all internet companies. So the second thing is, so basically nobody was able to relax anymore, because you constantly had to look at the smartphone, constantly need to check out the news and stuff like that. That's the second problem. So peace of mind. And the third problem was that they were saying to me, you know what, they're kind of scared in investing in scams. Unfortunately, the crypto world, because it's a global phenomena, they don't have a national country regulating it, because it's a global phenomenon. So that is when I was able to say, guys, you know what I do? I do big data AI. I do customer satisfaction analysis for BMW, Volkswagen and stuff. We won awards. By the way, Frankfurter Allgemeine, it's the very most famous newspaper in Germany. They got an award last year in November. We won it as best company in our category. So, you know, and we're a telecom, Deutsche Telekom Tech Booster startup. We were best startup from the Deutsche Telekom group. And finalist in the European, award is called IR. It doesn't matter. So basically, we have several awards. So, and I use that technology. I say, guys, we'll use this as the baseline to build your product that will help you, give you the transparency that you need to understand the news. So you have one place to have all your information. We take our crawlers worldwide and crawl all the information. We collect all the information and have it in one place. And then we use AI and text mining methodologies, semantics, basically to try to find the gold nuggets. That's the second thing. So to help you find indicators, signals. And the third one is I needed to be there to help and protect my friends. So I looked at the biggest scams that we had last year. We looked at them. So we created a statistical method with thresholds, and basically it's very simple methodology that is very robust, and it's very precise in how it works, because we can see always the same pattern. So once we see a pattern and leveraging the crowd intelligence, let's say there's 20% more people saying this week compared to last week that this project is a scam, you will get a scam alert. And if it's the next week, the same thing, you get another scam alert. And if I give you 3 weeks in a row a scam alert, you might want to reconsider your position. So that's one thing. And next thing is what we did, which we worked on. We're the first to do this in the world, is to build a fake news detector. It's AI based, and with your work, it's going to rock, because basically AI needs to be trained. We're using, it's called supervised machine learning. That's the technology behind the AI. So basically, that's the history how CoinAnalyst was born, to solve the problems of my friends. And then we said, okay, of course, we're going to also offer it to the institutionals. And the vision became to become the Bloomberg for the crypto space worldwide. That's our plan. So with the funding, we want to, of course, help make the product amazing, because with nothing else than amazing is what I'm trying to achieve. I still, I want to be best product in category one, win the awards for CoinAnalyst the same way as we won for Kogia, but I also want to be the global market leader with this. And this is an opportunity, which is tremendous because we have a greenfield market worldwide, and there's a chance to make $1 billion company out of this. So with your support, we're going to get there, right? But that's the vision. So first thing is to be part of the community, part of the project, and making this product great. So with you getting in, you have a chance to have access to the system and to contribute. And the packages that we've come up with are amazing and unique, an amazing offer that only Nexus in the world has, basically. These packages are, unique.
These guys have a lot of experience in this market since a decade. They have taken the experience with blue chip companies to this crypto software, you know what I mean, to this data crawling software to give you an advice where a coin could possibly go, because they are listening to the World Wide Web, to all the newspapers, all social media. And this is a little bit like Facebook want to do it. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit like Facebook is wishing to do, because they are not able to do it like this at the moment. So this is much bigger, in my opinion, and much more precise, because it's more from the scientific view. And what you need to understand is the ICO world is very rude, as you know. There are so many scams in this world, and here is somebody who is not coming with an idea. Here are people, experience, product is already there. This company goes definitely through the roof. So this is the roof is already on fire, in my opinion. And this is why I'm so glad to offer this to you. So as Nexus Global. So thank you very much.
So I'm trying to make things as easy as possible, and with your feedback, we'll try to make it even more easier. That's the feedback I'm trying to get. Where you find complexity, we need to make it easier. So this is if we look at this, we see this graph. This graph basically shows you the buzz. Buzz means the amount of people's mentioning this cryptocurrency. In this case, it's Bitcoin. So these are the amount of Bitcoins people were mentioning at that one day, okay? So what's interesting is, with the popularity, you can see it went a little bit down. What do we see? The price, here's the price of Bitcoin, also went down. So there's a correlation. It doesn't work all the time, but we are trying to see the percentage now. How high is that correlation? But there's a correlation between when the popularity goes down, the price goes down. There's this kind of correlation between buzz and popularity. So that means if things go up and people start talking about it, and you see a lot of chatter, you can be assured, maybe in a day in delay or like the price will go up. And that's the kind of stuff where you can take advantage by having this information advantage, by using big data and AI. And that's that's very powerful. Another one piece is we're trying to identify the sentiment. So sentiment means if it's positive or negative or neutral. These are the kind of things that we also try to analyze. And this is part of the AI that also we need to train. Here we will need also more feedback of yours will improve that automatic sentiment tagging, right, or analysis. So just give it some time. It's loading right now, and it's near all real time. And you can see here the sentiment. So these are the negative voices, neutral voices, and the positive voices. Also there, we've noticed correlations between the sentiment and price at times. Not always, but there is a correlation. If there's a lot of negative normally, then the price tends to go down. So this is the kind of thing. So you kind of look at two indicators of the sentiment, you look at the popularity, this kind of stuff. You also want to look at the influencers. Here, I want to see what are they showing, who are the influencers, and this is the kind of stuff this system is also catching for you. Okay, so besides that, what we have here, and I will show you some more, is that we also want to catch the information of, basically volume of the exchanges. That's something we don't have yet. That's something we need to still add. So the volume of an exchange will also give you an indicator if something is popular or going up or down. So if there's less and less liquidity, that's a negative sign right now. If the liquidity is going up, that's a good sign. That's a sign to go in, right? Here is just a little view of influencers that, you know, we're talking about Bitcoin at those days that I just chose. So you can look at today, who are the most relevant people that just talked about, let's say, Bitcoin or any currency that you cared today. And then you can see what the hell are they saying and stuff like that. So that's also interesting, you know, to identify who to follow, maybe what to understand. Okay. Next thing is I wanted to share is our term relation. Here, we try to find semantics. We'll try to make it more simple. Right now, what we're doing here is we try to identify patterns. Which are the words that are near the currency that you are monitoring? Let's say in this case, it's Bitcoin, but it could be anything. It could be Monero, Zcash, XRP, whatever you want. And basically what we're doing here is we try to see which terms are always showing up statistically near the term that we are looking at, near our investment. Because those terms are taken out of all the chatter, all the news out of the World Wide Web. And that's an indication of with what it gets associated with. And this gives you signals or, you know, weak signals, early indicators that could give you a heads up compared to the rest. So just to give you an idea, so right now I don't see, okay, there's no buy, for example. I had here at 10%, it's quite a while ago now, in summer, we had a 10% where people were saying buy. When 10% of the people in the net, in social media, overall, from a macro perspective, say you got to buy this, then, you know, what I noticed is the price was going up. In the next couple of days, I had double-digit growth. And as you remember, we had a growth of $8,000 in August, briefly. So I was able to capitalize that because I saw in advance that people were starting to talk about it and were recommending it. And that pattern was kind of a cool indicator. These are the kind of things we still will put time and effort to study to find those kind of correlations. So this is all the kind of exciting stuff that's still ahead of us. But these are things that we already found that there's a threshold. It doesn't work if it's only 3% or 4%. You got to have a buy above 9 to 10, let's say 9 to 10%, starting there. If you have that kind of pattern on a macro level, those indicators are killer and definitely worth the money. I would put all my money on it if I see a next indicator coming out like that. So just to give you an idea how amazing that is. But Christian, you want to say something to it?
Yeah, if I can tell something to this, because this is so important, because people are constantly asking for credit card payments at Nexus. And as you know all, we only take cryptocurrency because we say we are a cryptocurrency company. And as a cryptocurrency company, we need to underline our the background that we back up cryptocurrency. So we are not going to MasterCard, Visa, and everything like this, because the more we use cryptocurrencies, the more we talk about cryptocurrency, the more we are posting, featuring videos and everything, we are definitely backing up the price of Bitcoin, for example. So this is what I always wanted to tell you. And this is exactly what this software is telling you before. So now imagine this software is telling you everybody wants to buy, or many people are talking about buying 10%, for example, today. And as you know, there's always a little bit of latency until all this stuff is happening in the price. So today, the Bitcoin price is $4,500. If you know that a lot of people want to buy and you know the latency of 1-2 days, you can buy today for 100K and tomorrow you have 150 in your hand. It's like this because it's working like this. This is exactly what it is. You know things before they happen. This is something like a prediction or something. This is crazy. It's crazy stuff. And basically, it's simple things. It's not so, I would say, not so intelligent. It's just that you have everything in the software that you cannot do on your own, because you cannot have your ear in the whole world at the same time. But the software does. Simple as it is. So, of course, it's a little bit more, but it tells a little bit the idea, I would say. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're leveraging the crowd intelligence and you're leveraging macro data. Obviously, there are people that are trying to manipulate markets and stuff like that. So that's why macro is so important. Macro means the total. That's where my economist comes out. I always love macro. So basically, that's why we're trying to catch all the forums, all the blogs, everything. So because if somebody wants to manipulate, they try to focus on a couple channels that are popular. So you just filter those channels and bam, you can normalize the statistics, or you even look at that statistic. But because you have such a big pool of data, especially if it's in English, then it kind of normalizes. It's just a little blip. If it would be a language like Hungarian, then we could also be manipulated by the players, but we would see it. So that's a nice thing about it. So the solution here is having a real big data, having all the data in, having all the languages, and then you have a trend, a global trend, and that cannot be manipulated. And that's the benefit of it. That's truly it's amazing. And this crowd intelligence, in that you have the feedback from so many people worldwide, is just tremendous. And two, it's really true that there is always a lack. It's unbelievable. I always see when I saw people, when it went up, I just saw, and it had a little delay until the people bought. It's just amazing. So arbitrage in this case is quite big. Next one is tech cloud. This is another way. I'm trying to find signals, things that could give me insights. So let's say if you remember IOTA, when people were early on, talking about the rumors about that they're going to work together with Volkswagen. This is the kind of stuff you want to catch early on, maybe capitalize, come in, buy, and maybe sell. I personally don't like IOTA as a thing, but they are very good with those rumors at the time. So anyways, but there are good projects out there. So that this is the kind of stuff you want to find out early and capitalize. So you see if something goes. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but NEX, you can have a look. They went up. Even Nexo, actually, Nexo, NEXO, they went up yesterday 30%. I was like, what the heck is this kind of stuff? So it's a small ICO that went up. Meanwhile, the whole market is going down, but this guy's went up. This is the kind of stuff that you want to find, these weak signals that gives you attention to things that could be, useful to make a little quick, trade, or identify a hot, maybe new upcoming, a Ripple, for example, right? Anyways, this is the kind of stuff. Everything is interactive, and then you can look at the comments and see what's behind it, right? This is our, normal, product, basically for the normal people and us. But we also have created a version for crypto funds, for institutionals, for analysts. They will use the same base technology in the background, but just on the UI side, because they will have more time, they will be working 8 hours a day in front of those PCs. They will have 24 different types of analysis capabilities to go really deep and do deep dive. So the point here is, with the simple UI, I'm trying to take away, and I'll try to make as much things automatic and easy for you guys, and just find these things. And basically for the institutionals, that they can go to the nitty gritty. And this I will show maybe some other time. We can have a presentation for the big solution if Christian likes to do another webinar for that.
Of course. Very good idea. So I hope you have been listening to this, because basically, if you don't know who to sell it now or who to get, because I cannot imagine, but you can get any institutional trader, banker who's in the cryptocurrency scene, and get him first into this ICO with a smaller version, of course, and then he can take a look, because this, at the end of the day, will definitely reach the institutional traders and
absolutely,
hedge funds, whatever, because they are in need of this, because they are paying a fortune for companies that are giving them this big data, the data, that are preparing the data for them. So, and different companies, it's crazy what they pay for this. So this could be a one-in-all solution for them. They are independent at the end of the day. So basically, Pascal tries to ruin the whole market.
I mean, we really want to build the Bloomberg. You guys can be part of making the Bloomberg for, not just for the old traders. We create the new Bloomberg for the crypto and ICO world. And that's our chance, really. That's a great opportunity.
Great.
So, and also, this is why when I met you guys, when I met Christian, and I wanted to share this also with you guys because I think it's important. For me, honestly, I want to make something amazing. We want to have something sustainable. This is important to us. That's why I'm hard. I want to we will continue working on the product, make it perfect. You can see, I've been around, in Kogia, like I said, almost a decade. Now I do a spin-off. I'm a long-term guy. I try to do, sustainable business. Recurring business. And for me, Nexus was the first MLM that I found that kind of shared the ethics that I care for. That's why also the package, everybody is a winner. When anybody gets this package, everybody is a winner. Nobody, because it's such an amazing deal, nobody can get close to. So you think about it. You buy 12 months, you get another 12 months for free on top. Nobody gets that, besides you guys. And you can get access to the product right now for free. When you invest, you have the rights to use for free the prototype till it's commercial, and then only then I start charging if you want it. If not, you can still use the token, and we should talk about this. You can still use the token and trade with it, maybe speculate with it. So it's up to you guys if you want to speculate and use the tokens. We have a guaranteed listing with Trade.io, but if you want to use it for yourself, for your investment, you will have the best and sweetest deal in the market, for us at least.
This is absolutely correct, because this is really a winner's package. You get, again, so you use the software. You are part of this company because you get the token for 1 cent. 1 cent. This is nothing. What can you do wrong with a 1 cent token? So if this company is doing everything wrong from this day on, it will grow up to, I don't know, I don't want to predict anything, but this company will reach the dollar, in my opinion, very soon. So this 100x, what Pascal mentioned last time,
that's my personal hope. Yeah. I'm not, but honestly, that's what I'm here for. I want to get to the 100x. That's my personal goal. Yeah. But I don't want to promise to you guys anything. I think I'm providing value with the tool, but obviously everybody has to have targets. My goal is to get to the dollar. Absolutely.
No, of course not. It's not a promise or something like this. But I don't think anybody needs a software to predict that this goes definitely the way that it should, because the software is needed in the whole world. Is exactly the reflection to the markets at the moment, exactly. And people who want to trade institutional, privately, everything like this, need to spend 1,000 times more time to get this data. Absolutely. What the software does in the background 24 hours for them. This is what the software does.
Look, honestly, the first investor that we had is a crypto fund, a $50 million crypto fund called Polymbios. They were the first one they got in. And they are monitoring their index, the top 20 tokens that they're investing. Also, I wanted to share with you, how do we achieve that the token will go up? Obviously, we have done a lot of things. The token, every purchase, once you use the product, anybody of your customers or yourself using the token then to buy my service, anytime you use the token to buy the service, we will burn some of the tokens. So we will be reducing the supply. So with every purchase that you do with our token, we'll burn it. So that means the more popular we get, the more customers we get, less tokens we have. Number one. Number two, every year every quarter we'll be using it. We'll use 20% of the profits that we're making to buy back the tokens. No matter what price they are, going to use 20% of our profits to buy back tokens. That's the second thing. The third thing is we have a HODL discount token. That means people that have a lot of tokens will get a discount. You guys got a huge discount because you're part of Nexus, but the normal people don't have no discount. The prices are that. That's what the prices are, list price. So if you want a discount, you got to go and HODL lots of tokens to get a discount. That's another way to create scarcity of supply. And fourth, once we finish with the ICO, we're going to burn what we have not sold. So that's one. Number two, because we want to make real sales and we become a profitable company, by the end of 2019, in my business plan, very conservative, by the end of 2019, we want 9,000 paying customers of the smallest package. The smallest package list price is $20. If we have 9,000 paying customers, we make 2.1 million. That's already enough for the CoinAnalyst, for that company to be super profitable already and to be, to hitting our targets. And imagine the news, if you can say ICO beating the business targets, you know what kind of vibe that's going to create, excitement for the token. People are going to go nuts, because this is not just going to be a real good business. It's actually profitable and beating its targets. And if we're going to do this every year, you know where it's going to go. I mean, like I said, I did my million with the .com. Any positive news with the penny stocks like that, it's going to go crazy. And that's basically also what we do. We're going to do a sustainable craziness with real results, and then the token will reflect that craziness.
Now think about something about manipulating. All of us have tokens. We buy packages, everything is cool. Nexus member have tokens, and new Nexus members. We are now a little bit over 100,000 distributors. We will be around 200,000 distributors in March. This is what we will be. This is only mathematics. Now imagine only Nexus can bring this 9,000 customers theoretically, because when people are using this software, I can hardly imagine that they don't want to use it ongoing. And it costs $20 as you know, so it's not a lot of money. So you cannot buy the package at the moment. This is then the service for the.
It's $20 per month, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Per month.
Exactly.
So this is what they want to charge when they are on the market. At the moment, they are not on the market. So, and this is a really, really small target for this company. If this happens, then they write black numbers, means they are profitable, and then of course you know what is happening with the coin.
Absolutely.
So all our coins will go this way, up, only up, and then everybody is fine and can of course cash a little bit out, or whatever you want. So, and this is the idea of an ICO at the end of the day. Really good. Thanks a lot for sharing all this massive information. And of course, everybody wants to know what can you earn. So it's not just, of course, pushing CoinAnalyst, and we are part of the company. I know you guys want to earn. So this world is about money. We know that very, very clear. So maybe ICOs where you get, if you refer somebody, 5% more token, 10% more token, or something like this. This is really good. I don't want to judge it. But do you know what you earn when you refer the CoinAnalyst ICO to your neighbor, to your best friend, to your best enemy, whoever? You earn in our unilevel plan from the first generation on 10%. You refer somebody with the big package because somebody wants to use it very, really 3,000, 6,000, you earn 10% of the package price in your account in real time. Real time means if they pay with Bitcoin, for example, it takes, as you know, 6 confirmations until the payment is done on the blockchain. When the 6 confirmations are there from the network, payment is done. The customer gets the token into the CoinAnalyst account, tokens, the coins, paying, and you, because we are connected to the system, of course, CoinAnalyst is connected to Nexus, you get your commission into your first generation, to your second generation, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. If somebody is a little bit weak in mathematics, I summarize it. 25% in the whole unilevel plan only. 25% in the whole unilevel plan. Some of you guys have a couple of thousand people in the third generation. Some of your people have a couple of 10, 20 in the fourth, fifth, sixth generation. The big leaders, and is ongoing. So, but we do not need to talk only about the big leaders. Even the people who have a couple of 100, 20, 40, 50 people, even people who have not even one guy in their downline, they go direct selling this, because this is not selling, it's just giving an information to people, and people say, yes, crazy, what is this? I cannot believe it. They inform themselves in the internet, for example. You can Google Kogia Intelligence, you can Google Pascal Lauria, you can Google CoinAnalyst. There is nothing wrong with this company. This is something which is quite new too in the ICO world, to be honest. And so people will buy anyway. So you can earn a fortune with this. And we have for December, of course, we have a little bit space, of course, regarding the commission to do some competitions. We will have prizes, volume prices, of course, for people who are really pushing with us. We, as Nexus Global, as you know, so we can really tell it, we have the target to make 5 million until end of this year. 5 million. And this is our target. As you know, our targets we hit. So tomorrow will be, of course, the European German-speaking group. This is a very, very strong group regarding ICO. Africa has started, and like always, is a little bit asking, having a look if it's real or not. But I know it will explode. So this is the unilevel bonus. Means even if you have new people, completely new people to Nexus, they can log in, they can refer, they do not even need to buy a mining package now. They cannot withdraw money without a mining package, but they can refer and they can accumulate commission if they want. And they can buy their very own mining package from their commission. If you want to withdraw money from the Nexus system, you only need to have a $25 mining package. This is basically nothing, as you know. So, and this is only this is only the beginning of the story. This year is needed to push that ICO with Nexus because we want to hit our target and we want to comply to what we have said, because we want to show that we can push an ICO like this through the market. Of course, we have done that before. We want to do this now with an ICO because this is, of course, not the end of the ICOs and not the end of the relationship with this company. So let's give them the hand. Let's show them that we can collect it. Let's push this, because this is, in my opinion, at the moment, one of the very, 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 very few, and I only say because I'm very kind, very few ICOs that is valid. In my opinion, I don't see any ICO which has so much advantages, so much realness. There are some ICOs that are interesting. They are very speculative. How is it called? Speculative.
Yeah, speculative.
Yeah, speculative. But and maybe they go successful, maybe not. This one, in my opinion, again, is not a promise. I cannot see why this ICO will not burn any house down. This is what it is. So not a good joke in the United States at the moment, but you know what I mean? It will happen. So people...
Absolutely.
I mean... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, we have partners like Trade.io. They raised 30 million. It's an exchange with 200,000 active users. They have relationships with Forbes, and due to them, they're introducing us right now to Forbes. If things go well, if we're lucky, we could become the data provider for Forbes. Forbes has a crypto section, so keep the fingers crossed. We have several of those amazing relationships. Like, also, there's more to come. I mean, it's huge. I mean, seriously, it's just big.
This is what it is. So don't miss this opportunity, and don't miss the opportunity to talk to people regarding this. So what we will do now, of course, we will do from the Nexus side, of course, we will push our funnel system through the whole world. We get anybody involved in the system, but take your time now, because those ICOs are not appearing every year. So maybe I haven't seen any ICO like this before. So I don't think this happens always in 7 years, we say. So really,
I like it. That's good.
It is like this, and this is so easy to sell. Absolutely. It's not selling. So think about the packages that you have at Nexus Global. You cannot buy directly from CoinAnalyst, because they customized it for our distributors. Absolutely. Nobody can use the software at the moment. Nobody, except some.
We have a selected MVP. It's handpicked. Of course. And you guys have a guarantee entrance.
So I cannot see why we should hold anything back. And again, everybody needs to be invested, even with the smallest package. This is for sure. But get the big guys to the table, because, as you know, 1 cent is the token now. The company has the plans to go or to close the end of the year, the ICO. Who knows? Maybe it takes a little bit longer. So would be good for us, of course.
Yeah, actually, we are thinking about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So get your package. Get your package now. Get to your people. There will be the day when you will be not able anymore to buy a package. We will do trainings in the upcoming week. How to use the software, for example, the easy version. Let's do it, guys.